Hello YouTubers. I was searching around and did not find a video that I liked on how to make net. So here's a go at it. This comes from Knots and Nets from Graumont, Graumont, and I really like the way he does it. There's two knots we're going to use here. The first one is called the king of knots. This is the bowline. And here's how I've learned it, and this is how I remember it. I go right over left, there's the hole, here's the rabbit. The rabbit comes out of the hole, it runs around the tree, and it runs back in the hole. And there's the bowline. Great knot. Again, you can use it for pulling whatever, and it will not tighten where you can't get it back apart again. You just push on this part of it, and it unlocks, and you take it out. Probably the most useful knot there is to learn. The other one, the knot that's actually used to make the net, is called the sheet bend. Use a different colored piece of rope here. We're going to be tying it to loops like this. And sometimes we're going to go in from the front, sometimes we're going to come in from the back, but then the process is the same. We're going to go around like so, around the back side of both of these lines here, and we're going to go in like this. And that is the sheet bend. Again, this is a permanent knot. It is not meant to ever come loose again. Again, this is a one to make net, gill net, that kind of thing. All right. This is a Norwegian shuttle. This is the type that I like the best. And I like to start out with the bowline, because I like to be able to untie the very end of the piece when I'm making the net. So again, I'm going to come out of the hole, I'm going to go around the tree, and then again the rabbit's going to run back in the hole. And this is the mesh size. If you'd measure from here to here, looks like about 4 inches. So say I'm going to make a net with a 4-inch mesh size. Okay, then you want something to hook it to. And pull it so the knot is like halfway between here and here, this bowline knot. And come through the loop. Size. Now again, you could make a shuttle. You could make cut a piece of plastic or buy a shuttle that's 4 inches here to measure it and get the size exactly right. I don't worry about that. Pinch. Again, this is a real stiff, nice bonded twine. It's a number 9 twine. Okay. Pinch. And I'm going to come through behind these two and then through here. And here's something really important. Do not let go of the pinch until the knot sets. Make sure you set it good and tight so it can't come untied. If you try and do this with that real soft polypropylene, doesn't work. The knots won't stay, they'll just come untied. So what I'm going to do then is just keep going with this. And I would keep going until I have the net. And I could throw it this way too and do it in one motion. And have the net as deep as I would like it. Keep in mind that the mesh is going to open. So take a little math and you can figure out then if you've got a 4-inch mesh size, how deep you want it. Most of the nets we use up here for fishing and all are 6 feet, because most of the time we just use them in a river. So we don't use the real deep ones here. Again, you can do that all in one motion. Make sure you use the back of the shuttle to set the knot, because if you don't, you're going to lose some skin in short order, because this real good bonded twine is really tough on the hands. Now that slipped on me a little bit. So I'm going to make this one a little bit longer. I'll go a couple more times, and I'm going to take it off, and I'll show you how to hang it so you can continue on, and then you can make the net as long as you want. I commercial fished on the East Coast years ago, out of Cape May, New Jersey, and went on one fishing trip and mostly scalloped. But there was a guy that was on the boat, that was his job. He fixed the net. And man, was he good at it. He was really good at it. All right, I'm going to take this off now. And I just figured this out not long ago, which is kind of fun. You can always learn something new, learn a new way of doing things. Is notice on the net here that this one is, there's long one here, and then there's like two pieces of it here. I'm going to find all these long ones, and I'm going to snap them onto the hook, like so, one after the other. I just figured this out a few days ago, and I've been doing this for lots of years. All right, now what we've got is, now you can see the loops we're going to tie into, right here. Again, this would be to make the net as long as we'd like to have it. So I'm going to tie into this one first. See where this one's first, this one's second, this one's next. Okay. Now when I'm traveling from left to right, I want to come in from the back side of that loop. And I'll show you here in a minute why. Pinch. And don't let go of that. You can throw the twine like this, do this all in one motion. Make sure you catch the back of the shuttle and set the knot. The reason that we come in from the back side, notice that the twine here is to the right. It's toward the next loop I want to tie to. Now something I do is I'll take my fingers, and the challenge with this is to get your fingers to do what you want them to do, is you can use your fingers to get these really even. Pinch. Come through here. Don't let go. Set the knot. For the next one. From the back side. And I can hang on to that, the last one like this, to help me size it. I pinch. And don't let go of that pinch. That's a mistake I've seen lots of people make. Use the back of the shuttle to set the knot. Coming from in the back side. And if I use my finger here, then it should be really consistent as far as having things be the same size. And coming from the back side, pinch. Oh, wow. Well, let me show you this now. Snapped that a little too hard. Say I ran out of twine. I'm actually glad that happened. I'm going to tie what's called the fisherman's knot. The reason that this fisherman's knot works, and I don't need to do a double fisherman because of this stiff bonded twine, is I'm going to take and go around like this and tie an overhand knot in this end. If I get my fingers to do it what I want them to do. And then on the other end, I come around the other way. I go back around this way and then go through. And what's cool about that is then when that knot pulls up tight, it pulls up nice and tight and it looks real nice and it won't come out. And that's called the fisherman knot. I just keep on going. And I use my finger. I can. And one of the big tricks with this is seeing where you stopped and where you started and figuring out where you're going. See this loop here? Notice this one's higher, so that's where we're going next. And I use my ring finger to size. Again, some of the techniques show when you go from right to left and left to right to change hands. I don't do that. I'm right-handed and pretty strong right-handed. So I don't do that. Okay. So here's the last one. Notice this is the last one on the going from left to right, right to left. And I'm using my ring finger to size things. I pinch. All right, now that's as far as I can go. I don't have any more to tie into. Again, this is fun for making a hammock. You can make laundry bags. I've made net to attach things to my snow machine and bungee cords and that kind of thing. So now this is a little bit different. Now I'm going to go from right to left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the front side when I go from right to left. And I'll show you here in a second why. Pinch. Throw it. Don't let go. Hang on to that. Notice again, now the twine is facing to the left. If you don't do that and you end up like this, what happens is it twists the knots. And it looks like that. And the net doesn't fish as well, it doesn't hang as well. Okay? So from right to left, go in from the front. Going to use my ring finger to size. Notice I've got a hold of both of those. So it should be a real consistent size. Trying to get that. I could have cut those ends off right away. Probably could have. It would have been a good idea. Again, go through the front side when you're working from right to left. Pinch. Again, it just takes a while to get fingers to do what you want them to do, like anything else. It just takes practice. I hope you can see it. It doesn't take long, and you could have a pretty good size of net in a hurry. Obviously, depending on how big you want the mesh size to be. 4 inches is a little small for salmon. Usually 4.5. Again, there are different regulations here in Alaska that for mesh sizes and that kind of thing. Again, this would also technique work to fix, for gill nets, fyke nets, seines, any of those. So there I am to the end again. I'm as far as I can go. To my left. Now again, when I work from left to right, I come from the back side. And again, that's so that the twine from the shuttle is facing to the right. There's a reason for that. Again, it just takes a little while for the coordination to come to, and I'm kind of out of practice. I've taught this at the university up here a couple times, and it's just a lot of fun to sit around and talk and fix the net, because I have sat and watched the red salmon swim through the holes in my net, and as tasty as they are, that was pretty painful. So I said, well, get serious about this net thing and get it figured out. Oop. There we go. Finally. All right. We've also hung the net. In other words, after you make the mesh, then you put on the cork line and the lead line and the other lines, and lots of fun. And they're expensive, so you could definitely save yourself some money. You could also make a dip net, turtle nets, all kinds of different variations on this. Thanks for watching.